If you're wanting to be a patent, litigation specialist, you're not going to do that probably in Superior, Wisconsin. The clients aren't there and the work just isn't there. So doing the business plan gives you the reality check on both your practice areas, your ideal clients, as well as on financial aspects of, how much is it really going to cost me to rent an office space, and what does insurance really cost, and things like that. I'm Johanna Kirk. I work at Kirk Law Office in Superior. My topic today was for the law firm boot camps, tips for hanging your own shingle. A lot of what we talked about in the panel presentation was about some of the planning and thinking ahead stuff for people who are thinking about opening their own practice. Self-assessment, knowing what kind of risk taker you are or might be, how to plan your dream, and then figuring out the realities and practicalities of what your ideal office and practice kind of looks like. I think one of the most important things you can actually do is work on a business plan. That's going to help you set up your ideas, your dream of what areas you're going to practice, who your ideal clients are, and it forces you to go through the process of doing the reality check on that. Business plans are usually put together for the benefit of lenders. You develop them so that you can go into a bank or a nonprofit organization and say, loan me some money to make this dream happen. And the typical components of it include your mission, your vision, an analysis of your potential market, a description of what services you're specifically going to be doing, an analysis of your competition, and then a financial analysis where you set out, usually for at least a period of at least 3 years, what are going to be your monthly expenses and how are you going to generate revenue, your projected sales, and that sort of stuff. Lenders want them. You're almost guaranteed if you're borrowing money to start a law firm, you're going to have to do the business plan. I encourage everyone to do it, because it really gives you, like I've said, the reality check of understanding what it is you're taking on. When I did the process myself, I started out by just Googling business plans for lawyers, and I got more templates and drafts, versions, forms than I even thought existed. I also did a lot of work with the small business administration centers that are located throughout the state of Wisconsin. It's a service from the UW, I think it's UW Extension Service, where you can go into an office, sit down with somebody, and you get free advice on drafting your business plan. They'll give you information on how to collect client demographics, industry competition. You can get information from the Census Bureau. They'll help you get information from the court system websites on, if you're looking at divorces, how many cases get filed, how many are unrepresented, is there really a demand in your geographical market for those things. And those small business centers are really a valuable tool to help you go through that business planning process. I found very quickly that once your door is open and you're at that point, it's a lot of paperwork. There are forms that have to be filed. You've got to do your entity selection, and filing with the Department of Financial Institutions. Are you an LLC? Are you a partnership? Are you a sole proprietor? There are filings with the IRS to create, your FEIN number and employment stuff like that. If you have staff that you're taking on right away, there are unemployment, workers' compensation filings that have to be done with the state. There's Department of Revenue. If you've got trust accounts for client funds, there's filings with the Wisconsin Trust Account Foundation, and State Bar, obviously. There are filings and paperwork that has to get done. I was amazed by the paperwork that had to be done in the first 2 weeks. If you're considering starting a new practice, or even if you're already in practice and you feel like there are parts of your business that you're not really confident with and competent in handling very well, the State Bar is offering a business school for lawyers coming up in August, and I think there's another session in September. And then the Solo Small Firm Conference in October is going to have some sessions that really focus on the nuts and bolts practicalities of operating a law firm from a business point of view.